win. They go straight to A once again, but it's Henry who gets the good timing over by the bar.
Phenomenal achievement from them.
There's no way he should have won it. Massive wipe there by the Magpies. Bance finds one, looks for the second. Magpies with a lead. Mythix finds Brack, and Arsenis goes to put it down, but Mythix has just dived in to stop it. And now Bance needs to stay alive. Oh my goodness.
Clawing again, YFP round at a time. We're down 3-5. Got themselves a defensive round win. They go straight to A once again, but it's Henry who gets the good timing over by the bar. He's able to find number 3. 9-5, 1v4, last alive for YFP, cut down immediately. And time after time again, offensive pushes from YFP thwarted by doubles from the tag teaming Magpies.
Submachine guns and just dictating the back half of that search and destroy. There was no answer, no response. You could just tell the Magpies playing with confidence, and as you said, multi-kills coming through that spoiled the round. Offensively, you just lost any kind of cohesiveness.
Mission Magpies over a 100-point lead with about 10 seconds left. That should very well be closed on out here in those final moments of the hardpoint. YFP, they were trying. You know, give them credit where credit is due. That control that they were able to take in map 3, but the first hardpoint, that S&D, it was heartbreak, but it felt like the Magpies just had a stronger roster, Amber.
That's what it's looking like here as well. I mean, Bance ran up bedside top of 3-piece. That let them get back into P1. Went back and forth for a moment, and yeah, control was convincing, and Hacienda is a strong map for YFP, but when it comes down to respawns, like you said, just a roster with a lot of rapport as well, yeah. And that definitely shows in these moments where it comes to not only do or die in a sense, but just push comes to shove.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at this Magpies team, both them and YFP placed 4th in their respective regions, EU and NA, for the previous stage. Comeback, I mean, it started here, but it looks like the Magpies will finally break in yet, so that'll put that game to bed.
Katana Gaming and Mission Magpies checking in with them. Katana managing to take that map number 3 away means that now Mission Magpie needs to win this hardpoint if they want to extend the series.
And you are right. This is where it gets a little bit tense here. Both teams now heading over towards P3. Magpies with a lead, but not a big one to begin with. Have actually made a pretty good transition.
You go towards P1. You're not likely to give any significant amount of time away to Mission Magpies as we go through the third and final set here, Bryce. Katana Gaming, resounding advantage now.
Coming held on to it. You can see the Magpies. Still an opportunity. P1 is calling. You don't expect them to get the full glut of time, but they will certainly try and beat it for as much as possible. Will be about this rotation that could seal Magpies' fate. So far, so good for Mission Magpies.
Magpies. Pretty solid on this hard point. Mythix on 5 in a row. Vortex just trying to play his life at this point. Your positioning is everything. Bance is the player to take you down. That's going to force Katana here to a reset. Back to the spawn point. There you go. Flanking play from Aspect. It's actually going to give Katana potentially a good look at these spawns. I'm curious to see where Katana's spawning off the back of this note. Close spawns for Mission Magpies. So a little bit more work to do if you're Katana Gaming.
Magpies, though, will now have to try and fight this because they have done so much work on a P1. For all I said that they won't get a lot of time on it, they really did in the end. And now all they've got to do is break this, take the scrap time, and maybe, just maybe, we'll have a tie game.
I've just seen exactly what we saw from Vortex in the last rotation towards this hard point. This time around from Bance, bringing that cruise missile in for control. Mission Magpies know that this last 10 seconds is important to try and keep themselves level with Katana in this game. It won't be exactly that, but it certainly will be in spirit. They're not that far behind from Katana Gaming. Mission Magpies, a lot of breathing room now. You get a lot of time off the back of P4 or P3. Now you look over it towards P4. They are the ones in control for the moment.
And here we go. Got to sit on it. If you sit on it flawlessly, you win the game. Pressure coming in now. Bearing in mind that Bance is about to find a kill on the other side of the map. They know the pressure's going to be coming through the front here. Don't have as many bodies as they would like. Mythix finds one. Cobra will take down Bance. Still headbutting here. And I think Katana are about to get a lot of bodies into the range of this site. Already taking towards the back of it. These next trades are crucial. If Magpies win them, we go to a map 5.
It's the exact same play that we saw before from Katana Gaming. It's going to be a super duper close one for the final moments.
Into the P1. Massive wipe there by the Magpies. There's a little bit of time left as they will bleed this P1 for everything they've got. 10 seconds ago, and Henry makes a massive 2. It may have shut down Katana. Mythix finds another one, and Aspect will basically just have to jump into this point. There's nothing more he can do. It already gets pre-fired out of his socks before he can. And the Magpies take it to a map 5.
Solid work there on that final rotation. Massive 2%. I think it was from Henry in the closing moments. As you said, Aspect, not really much more that he could do in that situation beyond just fly at the point and hope that you don't get shot out of the sky. The Magpies were there to do exactly that. They are the ones to hold, and just so many back and forth moments in that hard point, so many clutch moments. I want to say it was Magpies down by about 50, 60 points in the middle of the game. So to make the comeback that they did with the map control that they did is a phenomenal achievement from them. They hold strong versus their EU rivals and will send us to a game number 5. I wish I could see the tension in the passion pit right now between those two teams at that station. We do go to game 5 in both of our series. I'm very curious to see the scoreline as we jump in between the European face-off.
Magpies taking it to Katana. A little bit of an upset, technically, between these two squads, if this happens.
It is worth saying that Mission Magpie Search and Destroy is statistically their weakest game mode back in Season 2 for Katana. Also, their weakest. So it says a lot between the both of the rosters. Katana, if they were going to lose it, would probably be here. Regardless, Mission Magpies now after the initial set of engagements, we're going to get this rock down. Katana looking for some kind of re-entry. Bance is getting a few free lineups. All of a sudden, this round has fallen apart. Cobra 1 versus 4. That's not happening. Mission Magpies hit the go button and now make this significantly less feasible for Katana. Bomb at the very least goes down.
Oh no, Vortex, who's currently 0 and 6, has to pull up a 1 versus 4. He's going to try it. It's not going to be enough. It will not be enough. Vortex will find a couple of kills, but only a couple of kills. And the Mission Magpies, well, they'll take it. About this time, I imagine the reaction in the pit is pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, you can see Henry put down his controller pretty much immediately, and for good reason, because I got a feeling Mission Magpies will be getting loud. It's important to set the stage for you guys regarding this story with the European teams. There has been a battle in Europe for a very long time for being the best team in the region, and I think undoubtedly Team Notorious has taken that title. But in the mixer has been this Mission Magpies roster since the start of Season 2. A new team for Season 2 kind of made a couple of changes, basically came together to try and break the deadlock at the top of European challengers. So for them to not really successfully do that in Season 2, they went from a top 4, I think, in Season 1, both teams to top 4 in Season 2, to now, I mean, technically speaking, this is now the best performing European team here at Dallas. I think that's a crazy, crazy difference. Mission Magpies will be very, very happy with that.
Yeah. Best performing team so far.
And that is not something you can allow to happen out the gate of the game. It has to be said, I think there is a certain element of this that's just probably they are coming into this series cold. Again, a reminder, folks, the way that the kind of formatting works here is that Mission Magpies have been waiting for this matchup for a couple of matches. Omit GG have gone through Royal Spartans and Team War to get to this point, so they are thoroughly warmed. Mission Magpies, I think you could definitely feel the fact that, despite the fact that they undoubtedly had a practice station to work with, they've probably been having maybe a fake scrim or two ready to go, maybe even shooting some bots. It wasn't enough to warm them up before the match. Now we do see them in the middle and get warm. It just wasn't enough, but I'm expecting a little bit more out of Mission Magpies the further we go into this series.
Yeah, maybe it was a slow start, and it's just kind of crazy about how badly it did really go for them, especially considering how well they played against them at GG the last time around. And going to have a stern word with themselves, I think. That's going to be the kind of the takeaway for this is, hey, we can't do that. That's not acceptable to win a grand final. I know it's a best of 7, and you've got a bit of time. There is almost no confidence on the side of the Magpies. They're playing so cautiously. I don't know if they know Bance is here. Bance finds 1, looks for the 2nd. He's clutched up for them before. It's now down to a 1 versus 1 again. Clock is on his side. He's being hunted.
Brack has no idea where Bance is. This is such an incredibly smart play from Bance. You've got time now. All you got to do is check the bomb, and Brack might well find that frag, but that is a bit of brilliance from Bance. 1 versus 3, and it's frankly, I just think, a position that Omit have no real reason to check, right? You've got a couple of players towards the stage. Why would we ever expect the 3rd and final player to also be stacked up towards the exact same position? Bance uses that little bit of information to his advantage. We'll be able to catch the players towards the bomb off guard. That 2nd frag, by the way, is ridiculous.
Possibly even the ace. Only Bance going to be left alive. He'd have to do 1 better than he did last time and pull off the 1 versus 4. Not going to be any good. Omid GG, another round here as they head towards map point.
There's no idea where the 3rd player is. Or will he? Bance? I don't know if he's just like letting Brad get away here. Didn't know where that last player was, but Bance narrowly avoids a 1 versus 3. Mission Magpies, though, I said they needed to stretch 4 rounds on the bounce. That's the 1st.
And trying to get across, but they already know he's going to be here. Arsenic has not put the bomb down yet, but he will find the kill. Mythix finds Brack, and Arsenic goes to put it down, but Mythix has just dived in to stop it. And now Bance needs to stay alive. Oh my goodness. Bance out there for the trade.
Mission Magpies are backed all the way up. They're expecting some kind of crazy flanking play, and there it is. Johnny gets tagged up by Mythix. It's a big frag to take. Rusty's trying to make the wrap around. He's going to get tagged up as well. This is perfection here, but Brack has got himself in close 1 versus 3s before. It's not going to happen. It's a round 11 here as Mission Magpie string 3 rounds on the bounce. And that is a perfect play from the Europeans there. They get that rock down, and instead of sticking towards stage like they did last time, they anticipated a flanking play from Omit too, as a matter of fact, and they perfectly took both of them down.
Bomb is down. He's looking for the exit here. Bance, I think he's been seen. No, it's Lucifer who's found him. Brack still not moving. Nobody giving him anything but a shoulder. Bance is all the way back in spawn for a cross. Brack hasn't found it, but he has found a gap. That is unbelievable. He's been allowed to do that. Bance has already found Johnny, and that's a reach out. There's no way he should have won it. Magpies tried to get that round given to Omit GG, but they clutch up in the end. A 4-round back-to-back reversal from the Magpies.
Rusty's now in the position, but you don't have a second player. Stanley is preoccupied in the middle of the map here. Gonna find value on towards 1. Time starting to run out in this round. 15 seconds. Rusty, huge 1 versus 1. You end up losing it. And Mission Magpies, that is the 3rd time that they've played that strategy. And the fact they've got numbers probably helps them pull it off. Early A site control. Stuns and utility over the top. Will be good enough to get it down. Mid-map presence, though, from Mission Magpies. You haven't cleared things out whatsoever. Mythix able to walk straight towards the site and find 2. You don't find the 3rd. That's not the end of the world, though. The damage is done. That is really poor mid-map control from Omit. And you wonder whether the post-plant position from Mission Magpies will throw Omit off here. They have chosen not to go back towards Cobble. Instead, they're playing this one aggressive. Bance's positioning. Keeps himself away from 3. You didn't need to check that in the moment. Comment's been made towards Henry, though. And now you go win the fights more honestly.
And Bance with a nade already takes down Arsenes, and Brack has to back off. And the Magpies scrambling to stay alive there. Bance hit the movement to get out, and now they're just throwing shoulders, and they will get the second one as well. The Magpies get another round the board, but that was stressful. You could tell on the mini-map the Magpies had no idea where they would hit from. They were like, we don't know where they are. We don't know where they've gone. We haven't seen them in about 35 seconds. Let's just sit here and hope for the best. And Bance didn't throw a shoulder. He threw a full body and escaped. First blood has struck. Omit have gone aggressive. Bance has managed to get one back, though. 3 versus 3. Bomb not being defused quite yet. Players everywhere. Mythix is going back and forth, and it's really going to be a struggle, but they do eventually get it down.
Now they'll be looking to stretch this fuse here. Bance in the middle of the map. These players' life does play so perfection. 20 seconds on the clock now. Bance is just desperately trying to play his life does so. You know where Lucifer's going to be.
They're waiting for him. They haven't seen him. He's going to check it. He finds one. Finds the second. No. Has to now stay alive. Does just enough, and it will be the Magpies in the S&D again. Oh, my goodness. Patience of a saint. But the Magpies did not go quietly, and they've won their second S&D in a row, but that was a stressful round. The problem is that there are more respawns coming, and so far the Magpies have been pretty bad at them.
Yeah, they've been jammy in these search and destroys. What is this? 2 back-to-back round 11 victories with back-to-back back half wins, effectively is what we'll call it for Mission Magpies. Their respawn has been abysmal. You guys can see it right down low thanks to the production package from Clutch. You guys can see the entire series thus far: a 250 to 144 volt hardpoint, a 3-1 volt control, a 250 to 118 red card hardpoint. None of those are close, and we've been watching them as well. Like, the scorelines do not lie to you guys. Every single one of those respawns has been total dominance from Omit. They had never ever lost control. 90% of the time they are in full control of the game. Things have to be different on protocol control. And Omit immediately resume what they've been doing to great success. Spawn trap, 35 seconds, you gotta go now.
Stanley is on a 9 streak. They've got to shut him down. Eventually will do, but so much time burns away, and Henry finds Brack. Couple of kills gone down. Arsene is sitting on A. There's going to be some pressure onto him as well here, but finds the kill. Mission Magpies need a miracle. They need divine intervention, and Johnny says no. 14 seconds in a dream. Omit just have to hold a wave of kills, and they will win challenges at the Major. Here it goes. Stanley again. He has just devastated them. Nobody alive. 1 player left onto it, and that'll be the final kill. It's Stanley. It's done. It's Omit GG to win the Challenge Championship. And they do so every single respawn in dominating fashion. Couldn't get the S&Ds. Doesn't matter. A W in the score column.